Oh, did I ever tell you about how the priest would come to my granny's house and play cards with everyone?
Why?
Because that's the thing you do in a small town.
Was it for money? Did he gamble?
Yes, he did. It was great.
Oh my goodness.
So what if someone put the priest into debt? Could
Like,
he like
so,
extort him for forgiveness of sins?
I'm not
Indulgences?
sure, but like I'll just say after the game, he had a few sins to be forgiven.
Oh, what did he?
Did he
swear?
have sex with your granny?
Oh well, that
No.
wasn't what. Did he swear when he lost?
Is this on air or should I save it for later?
This is on air. We can put it in.
He absolutely did swear whenever he lost.
Oh my goodness.
But it was very priestly swearing. So something bad would happen. He'd be like, "Oh fuck! Oh, I'm so sorry about that."
Oh Jesus, forgive me.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought he was swearing. All right, here's a question. What are the swear words in Irish?
Gaelic swear words.
So fuck is thwack.
Excuse me, thwack.
I'm gonna thwack you now. That's what Ryan says before he hits someone.
Hack.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, what other swear words are there?
I mean,
Hell,
usually it's
damn.
cultural, yeah. But those are some...
I don't know, I'm not from an Irish-speaking area, so I don't really know,
You don't really.
the slang term.
It's sad that in an island of that size, you're not in an Irish-speaking area. Because we're not even including the North. Like, that's obviously
No.
just out.
No, it's just that was just funny. I'm like, you're on the island of Ireland, but you're not.
That is the area.
Really, that would be. We would be like, that would be the area of the Irish-speaking people. But it was like, no.
Well, it's very naive of you. to think that.
Apparently.
You need to go further south, down to
Apparently,
Waterford.
apparently, the real Irish were on reservations somewhere in the interior.
Well, we've been suffering plantation for 700 years. Great.
Ah, alright.
A lot of America used to speak German until the First World War ruined that.
It's not a lot of places to transplant. No. The British come in and then they just force you to live on the other side of the street. And then you're not in an Irish-speaking area.
Yeah, then you're not in an Irish-speaking area anymore. Wow, that was just like, I don't even, I can't even wrap my head around that comment. He's Irish. And you're not in an Irish-speaking area.
Well, the world isn't very simple. I mean, lots
I
of
guess
countries
not.
have complicated language histories.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
There we go. Fucking.
Oh, thank God he muted himself again.
It's like 2 seconds, and like 2 seconds of Miles. Thank God. And then... Okay.
what just happened?
I don't know. I don't know. Miles is having trouble with his microphone. It was fixed for like 2
I'm gonna
seconds.
keep the recording, but I'm gonna stop the stream.
Okay, now I hope it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, I'm still here after like a second.
Just Miles comes in, screams, "Thank God!" and then goes away. It's hilarious.
First of all, I'm terribly sorry I'm late. I'm really sorry. Fuck Discord.
Oh, okay.
So I got the list out, and actually, maybe I'm just full of shit. So I've got the list of the most populated 100 towns in Ireland, and even number 100 has 4,000. So yeah, Stalwart's assessment of his place being small with 3,000 is actually correct, even by Irish standards. I guess.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Vindicated.
There we go.
Now you've never questioned
yeah,
Stalwart again, you son of a bitch!
Dare you? How dare you question him? Now that David is properly chagrined, are we ever going to start?
Oh my God. Alright, well, let's get started.
We're only what? Is this a record? Have we started at at 2 before?
I think I set the record now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start the stream back up again.
I'm number 1.
Alrighty.
All right. So, Derek, to start out with, you are beginning at 5 blood points, but then David took 1 off you in the last one. So you are starting at 4 blood points.
David is 1 point bloodbound to you, Stalworth.
Alright, cool. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, yeah, write that down on your sheet. He's 2 points
Don't
bloodbound.
write that down.
All right. Also, you are starting with 5 points of damage on you. Normal damage.
Dang, did someone beat me up?
Yep.
Yes. In the last game, since you weren't here, I asked everyone else and where they would prefer you to be, either coming with them or staying at the house.
We said we want
with
him
Ryan.
to get the crap beat out of him. That's what we said.
And they chose the one that ended with you getting beaten up, so...
Well, dang.
So anyway, it was Ryan's sir, that did it. That's why we're gonna try and get rid of him.
Yeah, so actually, basically, you remember the other guys went out for a little while. You stayed back at the house with Ryan and Lucy, and then the next thing you know, this guy, pops out of nowhere, starts beating the hell out of you, and he looked a lot like the guy who was with your sire when they put you in that vault with the bomb and your girlfriend and everything.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, he just turned up, just beat the hell out of you. You're unconscious, and then you are just waking up with a stake being pulled out of your chest by Steven and Ryan and Terry.
Because we've lost Jonathan and DeVries. Modius is also missing. So the Modius's public haven there was attacked. All of his servants are dead. And Modius is also missing. We did kill Sullivan Dane, though, so he is no longer on our trail as a hunter.
That's the good one.
Yeah. But other than that, so Jonathan is with David's sire and the DeVries guy. Jonathan may be possessed soon. We don't know. Anyway, we're in a bit of trouble. So I informed Derek as he wakes up. Modius is gone. Jonathan is gone. Sir is on the warpath.
So what's the game plan? What should we do first? What are we looking to do?
Yeah, that's a good question, Derek. That's a very, very good question.
All right. So the meeting with Alicia and all the clan elders is set for the next... It's near dawn at this point. It's set for right after dawn the next night in the wreckage of Modius's haven.
So I guess I will take whoever wishes to go down to the laboratory with me, and we will lock ourselves in there.
All right.
I don't know if Derek would rather earth meld or not.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
It does cost a blood point to earth meld, and
he's... I have blood pills, Derek.
I'm good with that.
all right.
All right, so
Everyone takes off a blood point for going to sleep and waking up the next day, including you, Jonathan.
All right.
You're not dead yet.
I'm on 2.
No, but I was staked, wasn't I?
You are staked currently.
Do I still do spell when I'm staked?
Yes.
until you're down to 1.
Until
I'm
you're down to none.
Until you're down to none and have to be woken up with a blood point
Huh.
from somebody of a higher generation.
So, let's see here.
So Ryan has 2.
Go feed.
So
Derek's down to 3, so...
we probably better go feed before we do anything.
Alright.
We don't have a car. Do we have the Stratus still? No, we got rid of
You
the
have...
Stratus.
No, you have the Stratus.
Oh, okay.
And then you've also got the semi-truck, but that is not in your haven.
Probably not what we want to be driving around in.
You also have the tanker, right?
That's
Yeah,
the semi.
That's the...
Oh, okay.
The actual tank has been taken off, but you have basically the cab of the truck.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're not going to drive around Gary in that. Okay, we'll take the Stratus.
You've taken off the license plates, and no one knows that it's the tanker murderer
I really feel like
mobile.
it's something people would notice. Whereas a Dodge Stratus, nobody's going to notice that.
All right.
So
you're all gonna file into the Stratus.
I'll file into the Stratus, and we need to go feed, obviously.
All right. So where are you going to do that?
Purgatory's probably our best bet.
Okay. So you guys arrive at Club Purgatory. So who all is going in?
I'm going in. And Jonathan's staked, right?
Jonathan is staked and
And not with us.
And abducted.
Yeah, so yeah.
No!
So
Fuck you, Miles.
you make yourself into Jonathan, and you go get some.
I absolutely make myself look like Jonathan.
Stephen
You
just shakes his head.
No, stop him!
Someone goes up, asks him to sign the book, and he's like, sure. And then he signs it Ryan Farrell still, and then just walks away confused.
Nah, I wouldn't use my real name. I don't want that going public.
Oh no, you would just use Carrie.
All right,
Tanker.
so-
You would just sign it
all
the Tanker Murderer.
I would write just Jonathan having forgotten his surname in like really shitty writing.
Don't
How about I
ruin
write
my
John?
reputation.
I'll write Johnny for sure.
Yep.
All right.
With an X.
So,
Just write Joe.
so David, what is your subterfuge plus Miles's appearance?
Which is 5.
What is your subterfuge?
So that would be 7 total.
I assume that it's 2 subterfuge.
Yeah, fine.
Right.
Are you doing pre-burn Jonathan or post-burn Jonathan?
Which is cooler?
Post-burn is way cooler. Why do you think I got it?
Crawling in my skin. Now I'll get pre-burn.
All right.
Wow, loser.
All right.
These wounds, they will heal.
All right. So, yeah, you find several young women over the course of the time you have. First off, though, give me a self-control check.
Well, that can't be higher than 2, right?
Nope. It could be lower, though, which is why I was asking.
Hardly.
All right. And then one more. This one, you've gotten 2 blood points. Give me one last self-control check.
4.
All right. Okay. Yeah, so you are able to bring yourself up to 10 blood points total.
Fantastic.
Time to spend them all immediately.
Yeah.
I pump my strength and celerity.
Stallworth, do you want to feed as well?
I do.
All right. Appearance plus subterfuge.
At least you won't copy me.
That is 5.
All right.
Stalwart doesn't need to copy.
He goes up and sits down, even though he's a much larger black man. He goes and sits down and says, "Yeah, I'm Jonathan Weiss." See that book? I wrote it. Turns the book over. It's this skinny little white guy in a fedora. It's like Michael Jackson. Makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
So you are able to seduce a couple of young women, and you are able to get a 6 additional blood points.
Excellent.
You disappearing, Jonathan, was the best thing that ever happened to
For Ryan.
Brian's dating life.
Not for my reputation, though.
All right. So while they are feeding, Stephen, you receive a message from your sire.
Mm-hmm.
It's on. Pull up the laptop.
Okay.
Read through your emails, and it reads. She basically is responding to the report you sent, and she actually has some more information on Ryan Sire that she has been collecting.
Okay.
So apparently, no one knows his real identity because he switches names so often, but he is currently the subject of a blood hunt called by the Prince of Belfast, and then also a wild hunt called by the Archbishop of Dublin. So apparently he has...
So the wild hunt is essentially the blood hunt.
Yeah.
Of the Sabbat.
Although they do it specifically for traitors to the sect, so apparently he has been triple agenting.
Okay. And
Currently,
Dublin, and
she
where else were who else?
Belfast and Dublin.
Okay, so all of Ireland hates him.
Yes, the two territories in Ireland have both.
And all the little 3,000 people towns in between.
Yeah. So, he is known to be not only a master of obfuscate, but also a master at mimicry. Clan Tremere has no idea what his... And the Camerle in general have no idea what his intentions are. But he is extremely dangerous and obviously the subject to a blood hunt in at least one city.
Could I try to focus on the idea of serve the size of chaos?
Mm-hmm. Give me a...
Do you want to?
Give me
Yeah.
a willpower check.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Willpower.
Mm-hmm.
7.
All right. Okay. You are just, as you try and open yourself up to the idea, you are just assaulted, kind of like PTSD style, with just a barrage of flashbacks and memories, just in rapid succession. So you're, I assume you went back to the car to do this,
I'm hoping so.
rather than being in the middle of the club.
That would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So in the car, Steven, you see him basically just like clutch his head and like he starts like having flashbacks. It looks like
Well, I'll
freaking
smack him.
out.
I'll smack him or something, trying to get him back to his senses.
All right. So give me now a courage check, Ryan. Okay. All right. So yeah, you are basically shaken back to your senses by Steven. And
Calm
you
down,
don't
man.
freak
Get a
the
hold
fuck
of
out.
yourself. Stiff upper lip and all that.
Very frightening.
Alrighty, so when Derek gets back in, let's head on over to Modis's
Okay.
place to see Alicia. She's probably behind it all. And
Okay.
we'll bring her down.
Please. Please.
Well, that would mean you're in league with her too, then. Or being turned. This is her method of turning you to the dark side.
All right. So you guys arrive. Oh wait, sorry. You have to skip over to Jonathan for a moment.
Do we really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So you are basically laying down flat. You have not had the chance to feed. In fact, if you have more than 3 blood points, then you are drained to that level.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
If you want to do any like last minute healing before that happens, you're free to do
It was
so.
wasn't it all aggravated?
All right, then never mind.
We'll spend your point for this day.
Yeah, I guess if you wanted to do that, you could.
I will, sure. That doesn't move one, does it?
No, it doesn't.
It's
No,
fine.
you gotta do it
5
for 5
yeah.
days, but now it's only 4.
Oh, splendid.
All right. So you have also been beaten to the crippled level in normal damage. This happened after the blood points were taken from you.
Wait, what's crippled again? -5?
I
Yes.
think so, yes.
In that case, there was no need to beat me.
All right. Then in that case, he just did it for fun. You have been beaten. All right.
Oh, swell.
So, you feel the stake pulled out of your chest, and you become fully conscious again. And you
All right.
are in a dark room, and just kind of looking around you, you can see there's basically one door in and out. You are tied down to a table, and then near you are a couple of staked forms. It is Modius and DeVries.
Huh. Well, now. Is there anyone else in the room?
Not that you can see.
How odd. How can I get up? Am I chained down or anything?
Yeah, you're tied down.
I'll attempt to get loose somehow if I can.
Okay. You want to like kind of finesse your way out or like force your way out?
Finesse.
All right. So dexterity plus athletics.
That'll be 5.
All right. Yeah, it seems like you have been secured down very well. You're not really making a lot of progress, but as you are working, you hear like a laughing somewhere around you as you're tied down. And then all of a sudden, right directly in your face, appears a man leaning over you. And says,
Hello.
"Boyo, not making a lot of progress, are ya?"
It certainly does not appear that way, no.
He just stares at you.
I take it you're the one who put me here?
I put you here. And do you know why?
No, I can't say I do.
Because of that bastard. Ryan fucking Farrell.
That bastard, oh no.
Seems like you got a little bit of a problem on the inside, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
And it ain't exactly the kind of problem you can solve with laxatives, if you get my meaning.
I get your meaning. You don't have to sugarcoat it.
I'm talking about the possession.
I get what you're saying.
You know who's responsible for that?
Ryan fucking Farrell.
Don't be making fun of my accent, boy. And he slaps you upside the head.
Alright. No, I don't. Who?
That bastard. Ryan fucking Farrell.
I imagine in character I would have trouble suppressing a laugh. Well, how exactly is Mr. Farrell to blame for this?
That creature. The one that's currently partially inserted into your noggin.
Yeah, the grey man, I know who it is.
That creature is bonded with Ryan Farrell.
Bonded, you say?
Creates connections. I don't know why.
Uh-huh.
To certain
Why
people.
do you think those two are bonded?
I have no clue.
Wouldn't it make more sense for it to be bonded with me, considering it's physically bonded with me?
I've seen this before.
Uh-huh.
It never possesses the one it's following. But
Well, that seems counterintuitive.
it seeks out the most weak-willed and pathetic of those around him.
Uh-huh.
The ones it can just have its way with, psychically speaking, you understand?
I feel like you're trying to make a euphemism here.
I'm just saying that it's inside you right now.
Oh yeah, I can just feel it pounding away inside my head.
And it ain't going anywhere.
Hmm.
Unless, of course, you were to make it lose interest in you.
Did you not just say it already didn't have an interest? Sorry. Did you not just say it didn't have an interest to begin with?
Doesn't have an interest in you, except by association. And if that association were to be removed, be a much different story, wouldn't it?
So what are you saying?
I'm giving you the opportunity, the chance to join me.
I'm afraid I don't quite know who you are, my guy.
I have many names,
What's your current one?
sir.
Ah,
But let's just say I might once have been a very important man who went by another name.
wouldn't
And
happen to be
then-
Melkov, would it?
He kind of looks both ways. And then he puts his hand over his lip like a mustache and then Sieg Heils.
I see. All right. What exactly would you want me to do?
I want you to help me kill Ryan Farrell.
Uh-huh. And how would I go about doing that?
Alright, and that is where we will cut from yours back to the others.
All right.
Says, I want you to finish what Mary the Black started. Alright. So, you guys arrive at the meeting at the blown up mansion.
Mm-hmm.
There are some police officers on duty, but they don't really take any notice of you. It looks like they've been dominated and are on guard for the elders of the city. However, as you're heading up, Stephen, you also receive a message, like a text message, and it's from it's identifying himself as a detective from the Gary Police Department, asking for a meeting with you at your earliest convenience. And this is on your regular cell phone.
On my regular cell phone, texting me in the evening meeting. All right. I will ask if he will be in later tonight.
Yeah, he figured you would want to meet tonight, and they want to meet with you as soon as possible.
All right. Can I get any indication of what it's about? Not over text.
Yeah.
All right. So, is there a place he wants to meet?
They can meet with you at the police station, or if you prefer another place
I
that you would be more
prefer a
comfortable.
neutral location.
All right.
You can come down to Club Purgatory.
All right. So, that's that. And you guys can set a time.
Alrighty.
All right. So, you walk into the meeting, and there are most of the important elders of the city there. There is Alicia, there is Lucian, and Danov, and some others. But you also notice that there is Annabella Triabel, the Toreador Primogen of Chicago, there as well.
Okay. All right.
So, once you're there, Alicia says, now that we're all here, we can begin. Obviously, there has been attacks made against the kindred of this city, and Stephen has asked me to call this meeting to discuss the situation. So, Stephen, please, why don't you lay out the problem for all of us?
All right. So yesterday evening, Jonathan and I were attempting to show DeVries around the area of Gary here in an attempt to get him to invest in our current waterfront ventures. While we were transporting him from the Chicago airport back to Gary, we were followed by a hunter named Sullivan Dane, who we did subsequently have to enter into combat with, and he is now dead, and his body taken care of. We decided that we should stop by here at Modius, let Modius know that the hunter has been removed. When we arrived here at the mansion, we found it in this state. All of the human servants dead, Modius gone. As I go back to my haven, when did we figure out that it was Sir? I don't remember. Why did I have... we went back to the haven because we thought it might have been attacked as well. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, seeing that this place was attacked, we decided to go back to my haven and see if it also had been attacked by either Slenderman. How much do they know about Slenderman?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, so I'll have to explain the whole Slenderman thing as well, which I won't go into here to keep this somewhat brief. Explain Slenderman. So either Slenderman or Ryan's sire are after us anyway. Going to the Haven, found out that yes, in fact, Sir had incapacitated everyone at the Haven. And then as we were rescuing Derek and Ryan, took off with DeVries and Jonathan in the car. That is where we are at this moment.
So it is this one, and he indicates Ryan's, this is Lucian speaking, it is this one's sire who is responsible.
Yes, apparently Sir has a blood hunt on him called by the Prince of Dublin. There is also a wild hunt called upon him by the Archbishop of Belfast.
And is this one also subject to the blood hunt?
Sorry, it was the other way around.
And actually, from the readout, it's possible that Ryan was, like, accomplices, just the vague accomplices was used as well.
Not to my knowledge.
No. Absolutely not.
So what can you tell us about your sire?
Well, so, out of character I'm talking right now.
Mm-hmm.
Of the stuff that I do remember, is there any of it that's not incriminating?
Well, no. No.
Okay, I'll just keep it vague and say my memories have been tampered with, and I don't even know why I was sent to Chicago in the first place by him. But he definitely has it out for me now.
So, they all kind of talk amongst themselves for a little while. And as they are kind of debating amongst themselves, Stephen, you receive another message, this time on your burner phone, from LeBron, asking if you left a package for him.
No, I did not. Do not touch it.
All right. So he says, we need to meet. And he gives you a location. It's the location of your next drug drop.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Yes, I'm obviously waiting for.
So after a little while, everyone comes back together, and basically, Alicia kind of steps forward and says it's been decided that since it is young Ryan's blood which is responsible for this, he will be the one tasked with bringing this interloper to justice. If he cannot be found and disposed of, then Ryan will pay for it in his place.
Wow, harsh.
That is a little harsh. That's the whole, the father's sin should not be.
Makes very little sense. That's not very restorative justice, is it?
That's true, it's not.
I'll
So-
say all this in character.
And then one of the other elders speaks up and to Juliana and says, yes, but we of course have no way of knowing whether or not you're working with him or not. In fact, you yourself may not even be aware of it if what you say is true.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, I'm in.
All right. She was going to continue on with more points, but then she's... Oh, all right.
Oh, that's fair. Okay. All right. Well. All right.
So everyone else will do their duty by trying to lock down their own areas of influence, and if anyone has any word of the agent, they will contact Ryan.
Okay.
It's caretaker.
All right.
Caretaker.
Steven.
Odd word to use for boss.
Ah. Employer.
Partner.
Alrighty. All right. So when am I meeting LeBron, and when am I meeting the detective?
He said the detective meeting is set for basically nowish. But then LeBron said he also wanted to talk to you as soon as possible.
Well, I'm going to keep the detective waiting, so I'll go by and see if I can see what LeBron says.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police. What is he texting? What detective is texting me in the middle of the night anyway?
Detective Stevens, you know that he's the guy in charge of investigating the tanker murderers.
Yeah, great. So we're keeping him on hold. So
They can't arrest you if you just never go to the meeting. They just never arrest you.
They're just going to be like, "Hey, show up." You're like, "No."
All right. So you arrive at the location.
Okay.
And basically LeBron is sitting out there on like a dumpster waiting for you, and when he sees your car pull up, he hops off and walks over. Like, Stratus.
The other's in the shop.
Right. So he leads you inside, and he's like, if you're on hard times, I understand if you need to borrow something.
No, it's fine, LeBron.
All right.
Like, do you have enough supply? What is this meeting about?
So he takes you inside, and he points to a drug package that has been left for him.
Okay. All right.
You don't remember leaving it.
I don't remember leaving it. Okay. Does it look like the drug packages that I generally leave?
Yeah, it is wrapped up in and taped up in black, like basically garbage bag type things.
Okay.
And it looks about package size.
Okay, I'm going to auspex it.
All right. It doesn't have an aura.
Okay. Is there a ticking noise? Is there a...
You don't hear the classic bomb ticking noise, no.
Okay. There's no sizzlings, no... If I poke at it with my cane, does liquid slosh? I mean, is there any sort of...
As you kind of go to poke it, he kind of holds up a hand and says, I wouldn't advise that. And then he takes you over to a side where he has made a small slit in it. Mm-hmm. And inside you can see that there is a timer, which is not currently active. And then it's hooked up to something.
Because, if we just throw it into a bucket of water...
That's true. It could work. Maybe.
So there is a bomb package there. All right. So what are we gonna do?
I was concerned when it was left in the wrong corner. I decided to check it out, and I'm glad for it. Now, what I want to know is who is leaving you bombs? Leaving me bombs.
Oh, yeah. Well, it could be one of a number of people.
Since you came here and we're still talking, I presume it's not you.
No, not trying to blow you up, LeBron.
All right, good. And he makes kind of a motion towards
I love that
a window.
Blood bonded this guy, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
at least partially. It's been...
Well,
It would've been-
my
Yeah.
eventually want him
Yeah.
completely loyal because this guy is going to take me out. So I need him to be.
And you can see there's like
my
some
God.
people with guns and stuff moving
Okay.
around outside. They look like heavy-duty firepower,
All right. Well, that's fine.
like shotguns.
You have them watch the place. So no, it wasn't me. So, I don't know if this is connected to the other events. Bring my friend Ryan in here. If he notices any, is there any babble, Ryan?
All right.
Yeah, alright, I'll check.
Okay. Give me a perception plus babble.
6.
All right. Yes, you do find some babble. Give me a wits plus babble.
5.
All right. So yeah, you start to interpret this, and it seems to be there has been an address hidden within the babble, as well as a package that says, or like a not package, like some more writing next to it.
A message.
A message. That's right.
Short-term memory loss.
Which says, come alone or don't.
Come alone or don't.
And you're not entirely sure. The babble doesn't really communicate to you whether that means come alone or don't, like, whatever, casually, or if it means come alone or don't come.
I'm pretty sure it means come alone or don't come.
Well, you don't know that. That is not communicated.
There was no emoji on the end of it to tell you.
Yeah, but it's pretty obvious what it means.
Well, if it were in English, it would be pretty obvious by the context, but in babble, I'm saying you don't necessarily get that.
No, but the context is context.
But you're
context is...
No, you're thinking about it way too... That is not being communicated in the babble. It is a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, whatever. It's come along or don't come at all.
Maybe.
That's how Ryan is choosing to interpret it.
Alright. Now, you know what? 50-50, right? Here's my D10.
Alrighty. There's the coin flip again.
Alright, never mind. It's the other one.
No, you can come alone or you cannot.
So I will choose to bring all my buddies.
Alrighty.
All right.
It's a good plan.
So, yeah. You got an address.
Let's go, lads. It said I could bring all my mates, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm gonna worry. Alright, so LeBron, there are some events happening that are dangerous, let's just say. Keep an eye out. Stay on guard. If we can get it solved, I'll let you know. If you don't hear from me again, it didn't work.
If a motherfucker comes near my spot, I'm gonna blow him the fuck away.
Alright. Can you handle this bomb? Do I need to do something? Can you guys...
Handled.
Handled. Okay. Brilliant.
We're gonna need
Alright.
another spot.
Yeah. Yeah. If you know of a good one, let me know. I'm kind of busy with some other things right now. So if I can put that on your shoulders, give you another raise.
We're gonna be talking about a raise.
You're a good man. You're a good man. Stay on your toes.
All right.
I need to get going.
And then you notice on your message is another text from the police telling you, you're late, basically.
Was held up at a meeting. Good heavens. So he just needs to see me?
Yes.
Okay. So, oh God. So I have the address of where Ryan needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I really don't want to take Ryan to the meeting.
You also only have one car.
But Terry can drop me off.
It's true.
And then I can fly over there or whatever. So the question is, I really don't want to take Ryan to meet the detective since Ryan is part of the Tanker murderers. But I don't necessarily want Ryan to go alone to the address.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. What's the thoughts? Derek, David. Derek, Ryan. I guess I'll stay within. Stallworth, David, Derek, Ryan.
Stallworth, you go first.
I'm not sure.
Do you want to go with David to his rendezvous with the Babel address?
Well, I mean, the way he interpreted it, it's okay for him to not come alone, but I don't know if it's okay for him to not come alone.
Well, I will say, in character, I told you that I know for a fact that it's okay.
Right,
for me
which is what's going to make us suspicious.
That's true.
Because if you're like, yeah, it said it's okay for you guys to come, and then we're like, okay, because he's going to kill us all.
It specifically said bring your mate.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, so that makes us worry, because why is...
Well, I only got like 2 wits, so
you're
I
like,
probably believe him.
Yeah, you probably do.
I like that.
So I know, how far is this address from Club Purgatory? How long would it take me to get there?
It would take, by yourself on foot, a while. Probably like half an hour or an hour.
Okay. From Club Purgatory, how long does it take me to get back to the Haven?
About the same amount of time, because you live in the suburbs.
Can we go by the Haven? Can I get my little sports car to drive myself?
You could do that.
And then we will split up from there.
Yep, you could do that.
We can do that. Let's do that.
All right.
And I'll have a vehicle.
So, before the meeting, we're going to swap back over to Jonathan.
Oh boy.
As you learn how you're going to kill Ryan. At this meeting where he's going to come alone.
Right, of course.
So, so his sire says, now don't worry. When Ryan comes here, he's going to be coming alone. I made it very clear in my message that he wasn't supposed to bring anyone.
So Jonathan now knows everybody's coming.
And what am I supposed to do with that information? I can't exactly fight him like this, can I?
Not exactly. But all you need to do is lure him in here.
Could you not just call out to him?
No. I need you to draw him in.
Alright. Sure.
Lead him forward with your body.
I'm gonna have to ask you to stop that.
This is bizarre.
It's the only way.
I can think of multiple other ways, such as with my voice.
And there's something else. And he starts to pull up your shirt till it's kind of like just at sort of the part way up your ribs. And he unbuckles your pants and starts kind of tugging them down a little bit.
Why?
There's one more thing. And then he takes out a scalpel, and then along your stomach starts to cut open a long gash.
Okay, why?
And that, yes, it is extremely painful. And he looks around, and then he makes kind of a shush sign. And then he goes over to a briefcase and pulls out, well, looks to you, you're more familiar with, like, movies and stuff, but looks to you like some sort of piece of C4.
Look, mate. If you want me to be quiet, maybe don't fucking cut me, alright?
No, he's gonna put the C4 in your belly.
Don't worry. And then he turns on a timer, and it starts counting down. And he kind of, taps his nose, like, oh, we're up to something, and he sticks it inside of your stomach. He says, I guarantee you, you won't be walking around worrying about this monster possessing you when we're finished with that bastard. And then he goes back over, takes out a surgical kit.
Needs to, yeah.
With a needle and thread, and he starts pulling it through, sewing you back up. He doesn't even give you anesthetic.
Clearly I don't need it.
He says, you're such a tough guy with your burn marks. I thought you could handle this.
I don't decide to get burn marks, okay? Just thought it happened.
I don't know what you do in your off time.
This, apparently.
Now, this is the only way. If Ryan sees the bomb, he'll freak out. He's wily like a goddamn fox, let me tell you. But he's not gonna see.
Are we talking about the same
bomb.
guy?
Oh, yeah. He's the fiercest fighter I ever saw in my life. And the smartest man
you blind,
I
mate?
ever met.
You are blind, mate.
That whole thing, you bought into his act. Dumbass little Ryan Farrell scared of going outside.
Well, he's a real good actor.
You bought that. This whole time, you think I'm the fucking bad guy. I'm the fucking hero.
I'll sort of point to my own cut open stomach with a bomb inside it.
This is necessary. Ryan fucking Farrell did this to you.
Uh-huh. And Bush did 9/11, yeah?
I'm just gonna say this once. And with a man with burn marks, you should know this already. Jet fuel does not burn hot enough to melt steel beams.
Why did I even ask? Of course you did. Of course you did. Moonlighting's fake too, yeah? Obviously. Why am I even asking you? Obviously.
Alright. Now we've got a plan. And we're gonna switch back over to the others now.
Oh boy, you have one hell of a sire.
He's a goodie.
I learned well.
Alright. He's gonna be really upset when Ryan saves him because of all the things that Ryan did to him.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, you drop off at the Haven, you get into your Porsche.
We've split the party like 3 times.
Oh yeah. Everyone's all divided.
Yep, this is great.
So who is Terry going with?
Well, I don't think either Derek or Ryan know how to drive, so he's probably going to have to drive them.
Ryan knows how to drive, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Because of the whole tanker thing, I'm going to question that. I'm going to question that point of drive.
I know how to drive.
He learned. Terry taught him.
Anyway,
He doesn't have a license, but he knows how to drive.
yeah, let's just have Terry drive them so that we're not breaking the law.
Alright.
I'll figure out how to get away from Steve.
Not breaking the law.
So, I don't know. I'm going to be captured by Detective Stevens here, so who cares? Anyway.
Alright. So, you go to meet up with the cops. So, when you arrive at the club, they step outside with you, basically.
Okay.
It's kind of loud inside. There's like a place where you can sit a little ways away from the crowd. So there are 2 men. One of them is a guy you don't really recognize, but is presumably Detective Stevens, and then the other one is Agent Shepard.
Okay.
So, they sit down with you and say, I understand you've had a vehicle stolen recently. And
have I reported? Did I report?
Terry would have reported it.
Oh, okay. So, yes, I did.
From the description, it seems like this is the same thing that happened a few months ago.
Apparently, there was a rash of car theft in Gary.
And reason it stands out is, a luxury car with a security package like this installed. Seems odd that a person needs that and then loses 2 of them in the space of a few months.
Maybe I feel I need them because I'm losing my car every 2 months.
I may suggest locking it. That's not something you usually practice. So you've been investing quite a bit of money in the city recently.
Yes.
I wonder if you could just... What exactly do you currently do? You're retired from the university. Is that correct?
Yes.
They pay a big retirement fund?
If you will notice, sir, I am from British. My family had a large estate, which did eventually settle to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, it is not simply for my... Although it was a nice pension that the university gave me, I also have family money that I have had that's been in the family for generations.
I understand. Are you familiar with a Mr. Derek Williams?
I know his acquaintance, yes.
How exactly did you two meet?
Through the Chicago Zoo.
I see. What were you exactly doing with them?
Oh, various research things. They needed some biochemical analysis done for on some of their research animals, metabolites and things of that nature.
I see. Well, we'll consult with them and figure out all the details. You don't need to worry about that. So, are you familiar with another man named Kerry Sullivan?
Kerry Sullivan. The name does not ring a bell.
I guess you don't watch the news much. It was been pasted all over that he was believed to be one of the men responsible for the tanker murders.
The tanker murderers, I guess I didn't pay much attention to their actual names. So, no, I was not aware of this Kerry Sullivan.
Interesting. And he kind of goes through, like, his memo pad. Seems like they kind of, like, whisper to each other, kind of like they're talking.
And what do they say? I'm auspexing.
Alright. He's like,
It's totally him.
and they're like, can you believe this? And the other guy's like, no.
Okay, so they do not. I didn't think they would. But...
Alright. So, they say, your car was recently found.
Where?
There was a shooting from the vehicle. Someone was firing a gun, possibly in or around the vehicle, and then they disappeared shortly after.
Okay.
Just wondering if you know of anyone that might be involved in that sort of thing.
In shooting? No.
Do you know a lot about firearms?
I was in the service.
And I understand you have membership to the local shooting range in the area.
Yes, I do have my service weapon from that time.
Alright. that the only firearm you own?
I believe there's a family shotgun I keep above the fireplace.
I see. And you're, you have a manservant who lives alongside you.
Yes.
He's also... Does he know a lot about guns?
Yes, I would say.
Does he, do you know where he is? Do you know where he was, last night?
Last night he was with me. We had a guest fly in from Chicago, and he was helping me to show our friend around.
I see. All right. Interesting. And where is he right now?
He has taken another associate of mine on an errand.
I see. Who is this associate? It wouldn't be Mr. Derek Williams, would it?
As a matter of fact, he is one of my associates, yes.
I see. Interesting. And what is... Since he is no longer with the Chicago Zoo...
He did...
And you are no longer with the university.
He did... Sir, I believe... Is this an aspersion to my inclinations?
What exactly are you talking about, inclinations?
I'm gay, innit?
Are you homophobic, sir?
Give me a manipulation plus intimidation.
Not very high at all. That's 4.
All right. Says that's not the issue at hand, Mr. Higgins.
Dr. Higgins.
Sorry, Dr. Higgins. We believe that Mr. Derek Williams may be involved with an ongoing criminal enterprise.
Is this because he is black?
That is not entirely a rationale behind searching out criminals.
I find this whole conversation to be offensive, and I believe we are done here.
We also have reason to believe he may be involved in some sort of blood cult.
Dear God, Bev.
I don't
As
suppose...
I said, you have fanciful notions. This is ridiculous to me.
We have the testimony of a Mr. Sullivan Dane, who was recently found dead.
Okay. Who is this Mr. Sullivan Dane?
He is, or claimed, to be a agent of the Catholic Church. We can, of course, find no record of him with any inquiries into the church. But he expressed an interesting belief that there were vampires in the city.
So I will look deeply into their eyes.
They avoid looking into your eyes.
Oh, damn. I see. So, let me get this straight. My tax money is being used to fund policemen who are now hunting vampires? I believe I shall make a report to the commissioner about this nonsense.
That is, you're right. We will arrange a further meeting with you in the future. Possibly sometime tomorrow, the day after, around noon, perhaps. And we can discuss the matter further there.
You may call my... whatever, my assistant, and set up a time. Fine.
All right. And they stand and they walk out.
All right. Okay. All right, so I actually do walk away free. I was Sure, I was getting arrested.
That was
I thought I was
stressful.
getting arrested. I was sure it was going down.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
I'm waiting for a stake to be pulled out something.
You're gonna have to. Well, they don't need a stake. You're gonna have to come up with a little plan.
We'll deal with that when the time comes.
Yeah.
I've got people to save now.
All right. So, Ryan, you're driving the Stratus.
I thought
Yeah.
Terry was driving.
All right. Well,
Did
Terry's,
Terry
Terry's
let
in the
him-
passenger seat. This is a learning experience
Oh,
for
God.
him.
Okay.
Well, Terry can drive it.
Well,
Terry's white knuckling it over in the passenger
he's
seat.
there. He's comfortable with you driving it, but you know, he does like the
He's like,
phantom.
oh, Steven's not here.
He does the phantom gas or brake pedal sometimes. You know,
Why can't Terry do it?
it's just a learning experience for you. You know, he's the one who
Because
taught you to drive.
Because you were all like, Terry, let me drive. Steven's not here. Terry, let me drive.
No, I'd rather Terry drive.
All right. So he will drive you guys down to the address, which is near the docks. And basically from that point on, you keep seeing babble messages pointing you further on until eventually you're onto the docks itself. And the area you have is like it's a chained off part of the dockyard. There's no like barbed wire or anything at the top. It's just like a chain link fence with just a sign that basically tells you authorized personnel only. So the car can't go any further that way. There is, however, a ship parked very nearby, which was indicated by the last babble message.
There's a what?
A ship.
Is that where I'm supposed to go?
That was the area indicated, yes, by the last message.
So I have to head into the ship.
Yes.
Alright. Who's with me?
Tarek and Derry. Tarek and Derry. I just said that.
Alright.
Dairy's good for you.
Tarek and Derry. Alright, good. Alright, so are they both coming in with me?
It's up to Derek.
Stalworth, my friend.
What's up?
Do you want to come with me into the creepy boat?
Do gangrels have a thing with water?
Well, we don't like water.
I have no idea.
Do you not like water?
Jack says it not to his knowledge.
Okay, well, sure, yeah, I'll come with you.
I didn't know if you had a...
Some gangrel are purely aquatic, actually.
Are they?
They become fish people.
Alright. So, you're coming with me, Derek. And Terry, you're coming as well.
Okay.
Now, here's what I want you guys to do. We're heading into that ship, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to turn invisible.
Okay.
It'll be great fun. So, I'll follow yous.
Shouldn't you be going in ahead of us?
No, I don't know the way past this point any better than you guys, so...
But you're invisible, so you could warn us of danger.
But you're not going to know which way I choose to go, because I'm invisible, isn't it?
Well, we'll just wait back here until you scout it out, and then you can come back and report in.
What a terrible system. Alright, here's what we're going to do instead then. I'll turn invisible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are going to follow slightly far behind me, but you're still coming into the fucking ship, alright? If I get just, like, totally separated from you, like, here's what's going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
If I did what you did, this is Terry speaking, right?
Yeah.
So if I did what you suggested, Terry, I'd get in there, invisible, get kidnapped, and not come back out, and you wouldn't know because you're after sending an invisible man in there.
Okay.
And all
What
of,
the fuck
nobody
do you
has
What if-
intelligence above 2.
What if he's invisible when he captures you invisible?
No, because listen. Alright, well,
Uh-huh.
when you do something, like the invisibility breaks, so I need you guys to be close enough to be able to see me if the invisibility gets broken by something, because that's when you know something's up, alright?
Alright.
Come on, I've explained invisibility to you, come on.
So, what exactly arms are you guys taking? Terry did think to take the shotgun down off the mantle and
I mean,
throw
I'll
it in
bring
the
my
car.
usual equipment. I
Derek
have
doesn't
all
have
my
any
usual
firearms.
equipment.
Terry basically goes around and pops open the trunk.
To the Stratus.
Yeah.
All right. Derek doesn't have any firearms, so does he?
So you have your Desert Eagle?
On the sawed-off, on the staff.
Okay. So Terry also brought the incendiary rounds that you guys took off of Sullivan Dane, and he loads up his shotgun with it. He takes the double-barreled. And he offers the rest to you, Ryan.
Alright, I'll take it.
So it will, these are basically like handmade incendiary rounds. They will, deform the barrel. And there is a risk of them exploding. So since you have, a shotgun that fires multiple rounds, what I'm going to do is just basically roll a die, and the more shots you shoot out of it, the more chances there are that die comes up with a number that indicates that your shotgun explodes.
Alright. Whatever.
Alright. Just be aware. Your first shot is the only one that's probably guaranteed to go off.
Okay.
Alright. So, you head in first, and after a little while, Terry and Derek are back, kind of waiting for you to get a little ways ahead. And Terry turns to you, Derek, and he's like, so you think he's actually up there?
Probably.
Alright. You should probably wait for him to get a little bit further ahead, though.
I agree.
Alright.
Sorry, hold on. I specifically
Ryan
said...
comes around, comes back.
Yeah, so
Breaks
I...
off his
alright.
gate. What the hell?
So I break into his ability. I'm like, guys, lads, fellas, chaps. Look, did I not specifically say line of sight?
We can't see you, though.
Yeah, but if I were to become invisible, you would be able to see me because you're maintaining line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you just sat there, as long as I think you were planning on sitting there with your fingers up your fucking arses, that wasn't going to happen.
Well, we were estimating our time based on
Oh.
you actually going. But
So
apparently...
I was going, and
Well-
I heard you talking shit.
Were you going, or were you sitting here listening to us?
I saw you not following me and came back. Now,
We were gonna
we're
follow
gonna try
you.
this one
Give
more
him a
time.
count. Give him a count.
And
See.
they're gonna follow me.
Alright, how long... But yeah, we'll count it. How long do you want us to count?
Oh, 10 seconds.
Okay.
Christ. Alright, so I step behind them so they can't see me turn invisible and start running ahead.
Okay,
And
so...
I'm looking behind me to check if they're actually following me.
Terry, he looks over at you, Derek. He's like, alright, let's count. 1,000. 2 1,000.
Can I hear this?
3. Yeah.
Alright, I turn
3
over to
1,000.
Terry, my friend. Terry.
Yes. You're not going
Alright.
again.
Terry, you're just fucking with me now. Alright, come on. Come on, alright?
I mean, I'm just...
In good faith,
Mm,
okay? Listen, no
Alright.
more bullshit.
no,
Just fucking follow me.
no more bullshit. Alright, you go. No looking back, just go, and we will be behind you. I promise you. If you
Why
trust
didn't I
us,
look back?
we will trust you.
Why should I look back?
Alright.
So I do turn invisible, and I start running off to the ship again. And I'm looking behind me to see if they're following me.
Alright, and we're gonna cut over to Jonathan.
Oh boy.
What a
Alright.
waste of time that was.
Just to be clear, I imagine I have quite a bit of blood on me, right?
You've been, beaten a little bit, but most of the blood was, drained out of you, by him.
Yeah, but he scalpeled me open. I imagine that probably left quite a bit.
Well, you only had 3 blood points in you. There's probably not that much.
You don't have a beating heart, so it
Yeah.
doesn't flow.
Yeah, it doesn't flow, and, most of it is going to be trapped in kind of
So
your
it's
extremities.
like cutting open a cadaver.
Alright, well,
There's no blood.
can I make the blood flow a little to get a point of blood on my hand, maybe?
You could. It would transition out of you and onto you.
What do you mean by that?
So you'd lose a blood
You would
point.
lose a blood point, but you could move it onto yourself, yes.
Okay, because I think I'd like to maybe write with my finger a warning.
Alright.
So I think I will do that.
Okay. Give me a...
Well, I'll get ready to do that.
Okay. Alright. So, there we go. So, Ryan Sire just basically keeps pacing around you. You see that he's set up camcorders around for some reason. And he says, You can feel it, can't you? The man inside you.
I can feel a lot of pain.
The grey man.
Hey.
He's you, and you're him. It's kind of a scary thought, really.
Particularly.
Your persona.
That grey man is you in the future. Kind of makes you think that maybe we don't do this right. It's kind of a spooky thought.
You know, I've grown kind of used to it.
That's good. Keeping that stiff upper lip.
Uh-huh.
The ability to just accept that everything is shit is a very Irish cultural one, and I admire that you possess it.
Uh-huh. Well, thank you. I realized that a while ago.
You're not really doing anything to better your situation, but again, I can respect that.
Look, I'm trying, okay? You're not exactly helping.
I am helping. I'm helping you get to
Making
the
the world
root
a
of
better
the
place.
problem.
Whatever.
Let me tell you, Jonathan, have you ever heard of a period in Irish history known as the Troubles?
I have some rudimentary knowledge, yes.
There is one man responsible for that.
Oh,
That
I
man.
wonder who it possibly could be.
Let me tell you this. I'll give you a fucking hint. It's the
His
same
name-
man.
Does his name start with R and end with Ryan fucking Farrell?
It's the same man who is also responsible for the potato famine. Ryan fucking Farrell.
I'm shocked.
The potatoes, you could not eat them.
They were blighted.
I suppose it wouldn't matter much to you, would it?
You don't know when I was embraced.
That's fair.
Alright. Let's not be
Well, it was
cast in...
obviously before the potato famine, because if Ryan Farrell caused the potato famine, and you're his sire... Anyway.
So, Ryan could have been human back then.
He says... But soon that's all gonna be over. And you're not gonna have to worry about this slender individual ever again.
I thought that he went PC there. The slender one.
Uh-huh. You know, I have other things to worry about at the moment.
And then you, he kind of looks up at the sky and he's like, "You won't have him to worry about for much longer, my friend. That bastard's here."
Alright, should I go greet him then?
No. Summon him here.
The fuck was... how?
With your power. You're a Toreador, ain't you?
I haven't mastered the art of summon yet.
Well, fuck. And you know what else? He brought more than just himself. Your plan's gone to
shucks.
shit, you bastard, so I'm gonna let you wallow in it. You can deal with him your fucking self. And he stalks out of the room.
Am I still chained down?
Yes. You still got the bomb inside you as well.
Fucking shit!
All right then. In that case, I will cry out for help, and I will explain that there is. I will not explain that's a bombing because that might scare them away. I will tell them that when they are here.
All right.
Oh, by the way.
So, Ryan, you have made it onto basically the top part of the ship. Your allies are down at the bottom of the gangplank, basically heading up it. You're right at the top of it. When you start to hear a scream.
Well, I suppose, do I recognize it as Jonathan?
Probably through the ship. If you don't have aspects, then no, but it is just someone yelling for help. Further down in the bowels.
You could make an educated guess.
Okay, well, so there's one thing I can deduce from that. He's clearly trying to use that same summoning technique as before to bring Slenderman in by making someone something. So that's dodgy. So I really don't want to go there, but at the same time, whoever he's making suffer could potentially be Jonathan. I know he has Jonathan, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I better let Terry and Derek head in there.
Figure that out.
I'm joking. I head in.
All right.
I'll head in.
So
and are they actually following me?
Yeah. So Derek, give me a perception plus alertness.
Perception plus what?
Perception plus alertness.
That'll be 4.
All right. If you have to make your call, this will be a good time to do it while we're dealing with them.
It's from 3 to 3:30 is when she's
Oh.
going to be available.
All right. Okay. So, you do actually hear the sound of Jonathan. Well, we know it's Jonathan, but someone screaming
In the bowels
somewhere
of the ship.
inside the ship.
Derek, lead the way.
I'll tell Terry that we need to go investigate.
All right. So he gets his gun ready and he starts to put a hustle on. So.
Derek hangs back.
So Ryan, you get into the ship itself. Now give me a wits plus alertness.
Five.
Okay. Alright, so you can make out that it is Jonathan, whatever he's yelling, and you kind of think you know the direction you need to go through to get to him.
Alright, I'll follow it.
Alright. So, Derek, you and Terry go through the same way. There's a door open, which you presume Ryan opened for you. So, Derek, you give me a wits plus alertness.
That is also 4.
Alright. So, you also hear the voice that you do recognize as Jonathan, and you also think you know the way to get to him.
It is
Let's
remarkably
go save him.
different
Alright.
way than Ryan thinks that he will go, but
So, Jonathan, what are you doing at this point? You've started yelling.
Yes, not yelling, and I'm trying to break out.
Alright.
I'm also trying to listen to see if Sir's actually around.
Alright. So, A, give me a perception plus alertness.
That's 5.
Okay.
you also hear the yelling and you also think you know which way to go.
Alright.
I somehow don't think it's towards me.
So, now give me a strength plus athletics.
That's 4.
Okay. Okay. And then, alright. So, you do not succeed in getting out of the restraints, but you do hear someone yelling. And it sounds... It could be almost an echo of you, although the room doesn't seem to be echoing. And it's
That's bad.
coming from somewhere else inside the ship.
Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Can I, like, yell out a description of the room I'm in so they can get here that way?
You only know the inside of the room, and by the time they see any distinguishing mark you can see...
I don't see, like, a hallway or anything?
Nope. The door is
Damn it.
closed.
I'll just keep making noise.
All right.
You could tell them there are 2 yellers.
Yeah, shout that.
But
You should
it sounds
say,
like
"I'm
an
the
echo to
real
me.
one." Say I'm the real one. What if you use presence or anything? Does that help?
No, he can't summon.
Presence, I could
Yeah.
use level 1 to affect my close surroundings so they would know if they're remotely close to me.
That's kind of like if they're in the room again. It's going to be... Yeah.
Ah, damn it. Well, I may as well, it won't hurt.
All right. You can try and calm yourself.
Sure.
I exude a common
Call
aura
me.
upon myself.
An
call me
aura
Aura.
of please help.
An
Alright.
aura of stress.
So yeah, you are heading further in. So, Derek, you and Terry find the door. You can hear the voice coming through. And Jonathan, you see the door open up and swing open, and it's Terry and Derek on the other side.
Right, no time to explain. I have a bomb in my stomach. Get it out right now.
A bomb?
And
In my
they
stomach.
leave.
Get it out right now.
And you watch the door close. And they walk away.
Aura of
Operation.
kindness. They feel really inclined to help.
Aura of take the bomb out.
Aura of please, for the love of God, cut open my stomach and take this fucking bomb out, please. I'm begging you.
Ryan, you also find the room you hear the voice coming out of.
And Slenderman's there.
Or sir. He's good at mimicking.
Well,
So-
what's there?
You throw it open, and you can see it leads into, like, the storage containers below deck.
Which all have hazardous waste in them.
And it's coming from somewhere inside, but it's definitely coming from inside this room.
Why didn't I notice the guys didn't follow me?
Because the thing is, you're in the interior of a ship now. You've got those cramped corridors. You rushed ahead to get to Jonathan, presuming they were behind you. And they were trying to follow the same sound.
So it is
but-
at this point that you realize they have not followed you.
As you're stopped here for a little while, you realize that they have not come behind you.
Interesting. Well. Well, I think it's Jonathan in character, so I'll keep following it.
Alright, so you drop down. And as you're down here, the emotional timbre, really changes in the area. And the screaming kind of starts to leave off a little bit, and then it stops completely. As you're walking around these storage containers. And now you feel like you're led on by something. This place seems familiar to you. And as you're looking through these storage containers, you realize this is the same place, the same ship that you were on when you were chained up for days being sent to the United States.
Interesting.
And you come around and you find the container you were in. It's been left open, and you can see claw marks and dried blood where you were scratching at the walls, attempting to escape.
Very, very interesting.
And needless to say, you also start to feel a little bit sick. A little nauseous at just kind of maybe what you went through.
And
Am
you
I not
begin to
coughing?
cough. And you begin to cough.
Do
And-
I begin to cough?
There is, you start to have a little bit of a cough, and there's the classic scene where you're kind of looking in, and then there's the light streaming in through the container door behind you, and then a man's shadow steps into the light. And turning around, you can see that it is Sir,
Oh,
standing right by the door.
take out the deagle and shoot him.
Alright. So, you draw your weapon and fire. Give me dexterity plus firearms. Are you going to use the deagle, or are you going to use the shotgun that's presumably already in your hands?
Well, would that be any good at this range?
Yeah, you're in plenty of range.
Oh, okay then, sure. Shotgun.
Alright.
So that's 5.
X plus firearms is 5. Okay. And then, that is... What's the damage on your shotgun?
1 second. I don't have it.
I think I have it on mine. It's 8.
And I shouldn't be that
Was
high,
the
I don't
shotgun
think.
from our house?
No, it's not that one. It's his own shotgun.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the sawed-off shotgun. I never got the stats.
Oh, okay.
I thought I sent them to you.
Nope.
Yep, here it is. It's in your messages. It is a Benelli M3 with a pistol grip. You have got... no, it is damage 8.
My messages were.
It is your private messages between me and you. Just keep scrolling up. It is on 6/02/18.
Cool.
Alright. Shut up. Alright. So, yes, you do manage to strike him, and he slams the door shut, screaming. And you hear the chunk of it being locked. Says, that wasn't a very nice thing to do, Boyle. It wasn't a very nice thing at all. No way to greet your sire. No way to greet your fucking sire, Ryan. The man who gave you life, sort of.
Are you still talking?
I'm fucking talking to you, you bastard.
I'm not hearing you.
I know you're fucking hearing me. You're doing that thing where you're pretending like you're not hearing me.
I do not hear you. I do not hear you.
You fucking listen to this, you bastard. Everything that's happening is happening because of you. You're a locus of destruction. I've tried to contain you. I've done my best. But there just ain't no containing this. You're evil. The darkness inside you.
What do you mean contain? You were just summoning it last time I fucking seen you, you gobshite.
I was conducting experiments, trying to find a way to destroy your evil once and for all.
Conducting experiments, you're full of shit.
You're the one who's full of shit, pretending you have some fairy tale romance with that Toreador bitch. You're just planning on using her. You're gonna destroy her just like you did all the others.
You're a mad cunt, stop talking.
So now, give me another willpower check.
7. In it.
So you feel like you're under the effects of more domination than you realized. Other memories start coming back and intermingling with the 2 sets that you already have. You remember yourself. You remember seeing your sire in front of you. And you remember biting into his neck, draining his vitae, and then cutting yourself, and then placing a drop of blood in his mouth.
Oh, maybe you're the sire.
Into whose mouth?
Your sire's. Then you remember going to a doorway with a dark figure on the other side and looking into bright, baleful red eyes. And then that's the only flash you get.
A doorway with someone with red eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like gangrel red eyes, or
Possibly.
Or Bali red eyes.
Mary the Black?
Probably what it reminds Brian most of.
Started.
It reminds Ryan most of the most terrifying thing he's ever seen, Majora's Mask.
Of course. How could I have been so foolish?
And then you also have just kind of brief flashes of, again, just series of flashes of all the violence that you've committed over the years, with some that you don't recognize before, mixed in. And then...
So this is like the whole chicken and the egg thing. We don't know who's the actual sire.
As you're kind of thinking about this, you hear your sire on the other end, like, "You're starting to remember, aren't you? The other one's control is wearing off."
The other what?
It's always like this. Just before it comes for you again, takes you off for another treatment.
What?
When the time comes, you'll go to him. Because that command is buried deeper than any other. You'll go to him, and then he'll send you back to your friends. And you'll kill all of them. And then you'll move on.
No.
Except, you failed last time, didn't you? Because I didn't fucking die, you bastard. I made it.
Why didn't you fucking explain anything?
It's the fucking thing. I've explained it. I'll explain it again, because you won't fucking kill me this time.
I won't have to kill you if you fucking explain it properly.
You won't have to worry about much. And he laughs. And then you don't hear... goes, heh! And then you don't hear anything else.
Oh. Okay. Well.
What a great explanation.
Yeah. I'm really informed now. So, anyway. I'll try to leave.
Alright. It's
Go
locked.
off or whatever.
You're locked in the container that you
I'll
came on.
unlock it.
And now I'm gonna need a self-control check.
Sorry, you'll need a what?
Self-control check.
4.
Alright. So, as you're trying to open and you find that it's been basically, like, sealed up somehow on the other end, you start to realize that you're trapped in the same container you were trapped in before, and you start to panic. And that is where we are going to switch back over to Derek and Terry for a moment, and Jonathan.
Thanks for remembering me.
So, Jonathan, as they're entering in the room, you notice there's something different going on. You've been feeling a little bit sick for a little while. But then you start to see the world around you warp and change. You can see an area of the wall where it seems to rust and flake away, opening up a portal. And beyond it, you can see what seems to be a big, just expanse of desert with some crystalline formations and then a temple of some sort, or a cathedral. Something with big spires reaching off in the distance.
I don't believe I played this downhill game.
And you can also see a line, like a silver thread, that forms out of your chest and goes off into the portal.
It's like it's an omen.
Okay, do I feel any desire to walk into the portal?
No. If anything, it feels like you do feel like there's kind of a tug in that direction, but it's almost like something is being pulled towards you more than you're being pulled towards it.
Okay, that's really bad. Well...
Derek, you and Terry don't see any of this. You just walk in and you see Jonathan laying on the ground.
I want them to remove the fucking bomb before I do anything else. So I just tell them, yeah, get the bomb out of me. It's right in my stomach. Just cut it out, please.
Alright. So Terry turns to you, Derek. He's like, you know about science and things, right?
Just fucking cut it open, mate!
I know a little bit.
Alright. You got a knife?
Oh, Derek's got some claws.
Yeah, will claws work?
Look at these fucking rocket scientists do it!
Alright.
They're gonna give more aggravated damage, but okay.
Are you gonna grow your claws and do it?
I am.
All right.
Just use your nails, for fuck's sake!
So you step forward,
I've already been cut open, just fucking tear the thread apart!
and because of the way he's tied down, you're gonna have to move the ropes out of the way. So you see them basically pulling the ropes off so that you can reveal where your wound is. And then that's when, Derek, you start to feel very ill and lightheaded, and you see, at this point, a figure step through the wall. Tall, gaunt, dark,
Oh god.
slender, you could
Slenderman.
say. And it steps directly into the room facing you.
Yeah, cut this thing open right now, please.
At this point, the ropes are still kind of blocking the way. There's no way to really get at the bomb. Oh, and the other thing is, I'm gonna need a willpower check from
who?
you.
From Jonathan.
Current or max?
Current.
4.
Alright. Should be good.
I don't suppose I can spend willpower points on the willpower point roll.
No. So you feel you don't manage, you are staying in control of yourself. You can feel it trying to take control of you. It doesn't actively take control, but you're basically paralyzed. Just not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hurry up, please.
this thing starts to basically step towards you guys, and Terry starts basically hacking, and he tries to pull out his gun and shoot it, but of course it does not fire.
Of course not.
You should know this by now.
So, Derek, what are you doing? You've got part of the ropes off of Jonathan's wound, and you've got this thing stepping towards you. It's about 2 or 3 feet away at this point and walking towards you.
I guess, do I know how long the bomb has left?
You have no
Nope.
idea.
Grow them
Do I have any idea?
claws,
Not
Rip.
really, no.
Rip through the ropes, rip it out of Jonathan, throw it at Slenderman.
You do have your claws out already at this point if you spent the blood.
Alright, well, in that case,
Wildly inconvenienced.
Because you did watch your sire get ripped down to a torso by this thing.
That's true.
well, it looks like we'll all be going with Mary's idea then.
All right. So you give me a strength plus athletics check.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, there we go. Just sound cut out for a second.
Yeah, it did for me
Yeah.
too.
I gotta go.
I think just
Alright.
Zach and Mary's connection's gone.
Oh, he's back.
No, we're here.
We're here.
And there we go, hello.
So, what's the roll you
Strength
want?
plus athletics.
Alright, that will be 7.
All right.
So upset I missed this part.
All right. So you start pulling these ropes off, and you manage to get the ropes themselves off. So Jonathan, you are now free. Then you see Derek get picked up, and Derek, you feel yourself levitating upwards. And then you start to spin around, and you can feel your arms and legs naturally spread out, and it feels like you're basically going into a sort of blender that is shrinking on you. So you feel at the tips of your fingers the skin being sliced away, and then it's also moving towards you, moving up your fingers, basically rotating around, winnowing you down to your center. So you take 1 level of health damage right off.
Aggravated?
Just regular.
Okay. Lucky you.
And Terry starts kind of freaking out. And he tries to basically reach to you, Derek, to grab you and pull you out.
Well, is that a good idea?
You're not sure. You know you don't want to be where you are right now, but it's possible Derek could, or Terry could get hurt trying to help you as well.
This is true. Does anyone have any magic that can help me?
It's really just to you and Terry, and I guess Jonathan's there.
Yeah, I'm not doing much.
Yeah.
Well, can Jonathan pull the bomb out of his stomach?
I can do nothing. I'm
Can Terry
paralyzed.
pull the bomb out of his stomach?
You could, although at this point, the Slenderman is between Terry and Jonathan.
Well, I would appreciate if Terry made some sacrifices for the team.
Uh-huh. Is that
So,
what you
you know,
say? Is that what you say?
I would say that I would very appreciate if he got me out of here.
All right. Give me a dexterity plus athletics.
That'll be 7.
Okay. So you see, like, blood start to run all along, like, Terry's hands. It looks like he's basically jamming them into a garbage disposal. But he reaches in, you manage to grab a hold of his hand, and he yanks you out. So, Jonathan, you see these two basically grab each other. They fall out of the room, and the Slender Man starts walking towards them.
Huh. What can I really do now? Do I have movement abilities yet?
You do have some abilities, yes. You can actually see, as it's going past you, the line kind of goes taut again, and then it starts basically pulling you up to follow after him as he's walking after your two allies.
Okay, can I try to move away from them since we seem to be connected somehow? To pull him away?
Yes, you can. Give me a humanity check.
Aha! It is 8.
All right.
I'm sensitive as fuck, boy.
Well, really, basically, the way that you would have to pull him would take you through the portal into wherever is on the other side of the portal.
Ah. That's bad. Can I go back and just keep him here?
You can try and do that, but you can feel like he is getting inside your head. You're not sure how long you're gonna stay you.
Fuck. Is there nowhere else but the portal to go?
You could just try and hold him here for as long as it takes for him to possess you, but that's about your only other choice.
And the bomb has been taken out, right?
The bomb is still inside you.
Ah, fuck that. Into the portal, fuck it.
Alright.
You better fucking appreciate this.
So, Terry and Derek, you two are both, you're basically paralyzed watching this thing. You feel all of your muscles go dead as it starts walking towards you. All you can do is cough. And Derek, you see Terry starts to throw up. When you see Jonathan start moving backwards. And then it seems there's a brief struggle, and then the creature starts being pulled backwards as well. Is there anything heroic you would like to say as you pass through the wall?
Don't ever say I have a weak will.
Alright, so Derek, that's what you hear as Jonathan just phases through the wall from what you can see. And a few moments later, the monster disappears, and you don't feel sick anymore.
Man, that was wild. Let's get out of here.
Whoa, whoa.
Alright, you pull Terry to his feet. So, Jonathan, you can still see through the portal, and you see Derek kind of runs off, but you see Terry kind of look back, and then, like Sonic Adventure 2, he does, Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog. And he walks off.
Farewell, Sonic.
So, you see, as soon as you're on the other side, like, the struggling to pull you forward stops, the creature turns around and looks directly at you.
Yeah, give me the best you've got. Come on.
And then there is a big flash of light, and you feel like the most intense feeling of indigestion you have ever had for like a split second.
Indigestion?
For this split second, and then everything is just in a flash of white.
Oh no.
And we will leave off with what happens to you for now. All right. So, Ryan, you're there kind of going crazy, pounding on the walls of this storage container when you are pulled out of your frenzy when you hear footsteps coming down. And Derek, you can hear like Ryan pounding on the walls.
I'm gonna go try to see if Ryan's okay.
All right. So yeah, you can find there's a storage container, and it looks like the handle to close it has been like twisted to lock it into place. It will take a strength check to untwist it.
All right, I can do this. I have strength 4.
All right, and Terry will help you as well. All right. So you pull the metal loose, and Ryan, you see the door to the storage container open, and Terry and Derek are on the other side.
Oh, thank God.
Hello, friend.
And you notice that
Okay.
the sick feeling you had is kind of gone now.
Looks like Slendy's gone. Let's get out of here. Did you find the screamer?
Terry's like, we found him. And he kind of looks to Derek to fill in the details.
Yeah, turns out there's some type of connection between the creature and Miles.
Well, yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, they me and Terry went to save him, but he went to some other dimension and he carried the creature with him. The creatures, he basically tried to put us into a blender, but he heroically sacrificed himself to save
That
us.
doesn't sound like Jonathan. Are you sure it was him?
I think it was.
Oh,
His last words were,
portal opens up and I
can-"
smack you in the face.
His last words were, I can handle this.
That sounds about right.
Well, I clearly could.
Yeah,
I did. I handled it.
yeah, that's true. All right, so as
Well, yeah, let's go.
as you are discussing this, let's see, he will aim at Terry first. So that is...
It's good news.
What?
Well, Jonathan's back and he's pissed, so...
The fuck you say about me?
Alright. First one is actually a miss.
Alright.
The second attack is a hit. And let's just
Alright.
see how Terry's doing. Okay. So just out of nowhere, you see this figure appear with what looks to be some sort of large greatsword, sort of like a claymore, although not quite. It's your sire, and he swings at Terry and basically takes him just below the knees and just like cuts his legs out from under him. He doesn't actually sever the legs, but he basically incapacitates Terry and then comes back with another sweep around the side and knocks him on the side of the head and just renders him unconscious. And he does this with a shriek when he says, I'm still fucking here for you, Ryan Farrell.
Hello.
So Terry is unconscious, and we roll into initiative. So, what is your dexterity plus wits?
6.
Okay. And Derek, what is your dexterity plus wits?
Also 6.
Okay.
Is anybody dead yet?
Well, Terry's unconscious.
Oh no!
All right. So, your sire goes first, and he has spent the blood for celerity again. So he attacks Derek next. And Derek, your claws are still out at this point.
Alright, cool. Let it be known. I have fortitude.
All right. It is known.
It is known that you have fortitude.
And he actually misses with his first strike. He gets like 3 of these every turn, though, so. All right. Okay. So what is your lethal soak, Stallworth?
I don't know.
All right. What is your stamina plus fortitude?
Oh, that'll be 4.
And I think you're wearing reinforced clothing, so that should add 1 more.
Hello.
All right. You take 2 points of damage. And then we've got 1 more swing. All right. And it's another hit. Oh wait, celerity turns come at the end, my bad. So if you kill him, then this will not take effect.
Best to kill him then.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll remember how much that was, and I'll apply it at the end. Alright, so Stallworth. No wait, it is Ryan. You are up.
I will spend the blood for celerity.
Okay.
Shoot him with my shotgun.
Okay. So first I will roll to see if it fails. It does not.
Oh boy.
Alright, so dexterity plus firearms?
5.
Yep, that's a hit. And it's 8 damage. Okay. So yeah, you blast him with your shotgun. You do hit him, but he seems to shrug it off. And it is Derek's turn. Let it be known, he may also have fortitude.
Wait, say that again.
It is your turn, Derek.
Okay, cool. Alright. I will. I'm sorry, how much damage did he take?
He has taken some. He looks badly burned, but, you're not sure exactly how much.
Alright. What can I use my blood to pump up?
Stats.
Dexterity will help you hit him, and stamina will help you take hits, and strength will help you do more damage.
How far up can I pump it?
Well, you can only do 1 per turn.
I see. Well, I shall bump up my dexterity.
All right. It is a Dex plus Brawl to try and slash him.
All right. Dex plus Brawl is 8.
Okay. Okay. That is a hit. What is your strength plus 1?
My strength?
Plus 1.
Oh, 5.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you slash at him, and he seems to shrug that off as well. And it is his turn now. So, now what is your stamina plus fortitude against Elworth?
My stamina?
Plus fortitude.
4.
Okay. Alright. So you take 2 more points of damage from his celerity turn sword slashes. And it is his actual turn now. And he is going to... how much damage have you taken, Stallworth?
Well, right now I'm at 5.
Okay. So you're down low enough that he's going to ignore you as a threat and move over towards Ryan Farrell.
Ryan Farrell.
What?
All right. And Steven, give me a wits plus dexterity.
5.
Okay. Okay. So you are coming into the room and you see basically Sire fighting with them. It's not your turn yet, but you have finally arrived at the area.
Okay, well, when I came, I unholstered my gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So it is his turn. He attacked you, Ryan. But he did no damage to you. And it is your turn. It is Ryan fucking Farrell's turn.
Oh, sorry. For some reason, I thought it said Mary's character.
No.
All right, so I'm a bit dodge on firing that shotgun again.
Okay.
I would like to change to the deagle, and I will do so by throwing the shotgun at his face.
All right. There's also Terry's double-barreled shotgun is also laying just on the floor where Terry is, basically right next to you as well.
Oh, he dropped that?
Yeah. He's unconscious now, so it's just lying on the ground next to him.
What a fool. Alright, I'll throw my shotgun at him and then grab Terry's.
Okay. So, give me strength plus athletics.
6.
Okay. Alright, and what is your strength? Just strength.
Oh, sorry, so that was 7, since, or whatever.
Okay.
3 plus 1.
Okay.
Oh.
Let it be known.
Can I spend the blood for celerity next turn?
Yes. Alright, so you do conk him on the head. It doesn't really do anything to him. You're able to get the shotgun up, and on your celerity turn in this round of combat, you'll be able to fire it.
Cool.
So, it is Derek's turn.
So how badly am I damaged right now? Like, I'm at the point where my stats are starting to get messed up.
Yeah, if you're at 5 damage, then you're taking -2 to all of your dice pools.
You're mauled.
I see. How much does that take off from my stuff?
So
It's a -2.
It's a -2 on your rolls.
-2. All right. So we gotta kill this dude, or is running away also a viable option?
Well, if we don't kill him, then Ryan dies.
So for you, it's a viable option.
So yes, from
Well,
Derek's point of view, running away is a viable option.
Hey, if I run now, he might come after me. Might as well kill him.
I was gonna say he did capture you before with Angus.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, you have a
All right.
history with this guy.
So I'm gonna attack him once more.
All right.
This time I shall pump up my strength.
Okay. So what is your dexterity plus brawl?
Without minus that 2, hold on, let me see.
Remember, you guys have willpower points to spend as well.
That'll be 6, and I will use a willpower point.
Okay. Okay. Yep, you hit him. What is your strength plus 1? And then -2. So, -1, I guess.
That'll be 5.
Okay.
And can I use another willpower point?
Yes, you can.
Fuck it, I'll use another one.
All right.
Derek is seriously pissed at this point.
All right. So this one seemed to get through. And he is looking like he is not in good shape right now. But he is still up and fighting. He is not crippled or incapacitated, so.
We got him on the ropes.
And it is Steven's turn.
Okay, and we are fighting Sir?
Yes.
Okay, Slenderman is not anywhere
Nope.
in the thing. We're just Sir. Okay.
Jonathan handled him.
Is Jonathan anywhere in the...
Jonathan is not currently with you, no.
Okay. But I see Terry unconscious on the floor. Ryan and Derek are fighting. Sir.
Yes.
Well, Jonathan is currently handling it.
I see. Alright, not going to worry about that
Jonathan is currently being handled.
So I've got my Webley
Oh,
out.
fuck off.
I got my Webley out, and
All right.
I will take a shot at Sir.
All right, dexterity plus firearms.
That is 5.
Are you aiming at the head?
Sure.
All right, that is a hit. Was the damage on there?
The damage
So I think it's
on
5.
that, I think it's 5, yes.
It looks like you take him out. You put him into torpor.
That's what I walked right in. Pow pow.
Yeah, so this is the first time you guys have noticed him, basically, is you're in the middle of this fight for your life with this maniac with a greatsword, and then there's just this one gunshot from the distance, and then you look over and you see Steven standing there holding a smoking revolver.
Blow the tip.
There's a perfect headshot, and this guy just collapses to the ground.
Alright. Alright, fellas. That's done. I take the steak out of my bag and
All right.
pop him.
Now, Ryan, I'm going to require a self-control roll from you.
Or
Okay. So, you go into frenzy,
Oh, damn it.
and you leap on him. There's so much pent-up anger and resentment towards this guy. You jump on him and just start draining him.
Alright, can I get over there
So you
fast
get
enough?
3 blood points immediately, and you can get over there.
I will get over there and try and tear him off.
I will point out that it is sort of dubious legality to diablerize this guy. Because on the one hand, there is a blood hunt, but it's not a blood hunt here.
Yes. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think we need to bring him back to the elders, so that's what Stephen is going to try and do.
All right.
So I want to try and get Ryan off of this guy.
All right. So that's going to be an opposed strength check.
Yeah. That's going to be 2 for me. Can I use movement of the mind?
You can try and do that instead. That will be willpower.
Okay, so that's a willpower roll of 7. And my strength on that is 3.
3 strength, 1 potence.
All right, so it does go off.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping to catch you unawares.
All right. So, what was your strength, David?
Strength is 3 and 1 potence.
All right. You do break free of the grip, which grants you another 3 blood points.
Alright.
Alright, Derek, we're gonna scream for Derek to help me.
All right, give me a
Assuming I'm over
second.
there
I need to
right
look up the roll to diablerize someone in case that comes up. So, are you guys going to cooperate to try and lift him up?
So if Derek's willing.
I'm thinking about it.
All right.
You're thinking about it.
Will he attack me?
It's possible. He is in frenzy right now.
I don't know. If he attacked me, I'm gonna mess around and die.
Well, Sir is incapacitated. So it's Ryan that we need to get off of Sir to stake him and take him back to the elders because that's what we are supposed to do.
Well, if it's for the elders.
So Stephen looks at you sternly. Help me now, Derek.
Alright, I'll help.
Do you wish to have a place to sleep tonight? I suppose you can just meld into the ground now, but still.
All right.
The whole earth is my home.
I know, my threat doesn't go over quite as well. Kick him out of the haven now.
All right. So give me what is your strength, Derek?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it still boosted from the thing?
It's still boosted, but you also still have the wound penalties as well.
Alright, so... 5?
All right. And what is yours? Was 3 plus 1 potence? All right, so you guys are gonna have a little bit of explaining to do.
Damn it. I'm helping Derek. Can I help Derek?
Yeah. Give me what is your strength?
My strength is 2, and I'm going to use a willpower point.
Okay. You still do
Damn
not
it.
beat him. So you see, and because of the damage he's already taken, immediately he begins to dissolve into ash. So, Ryan, you start to come to your senses now inside this pool of ash. A couple of things happen. 1, you lose a dot of humanity. 2, you gain a dot of obfuscate. And 3, your generation goes down by 1 to 9th generation.
Cool.
And so, yeah, you wake up with your friends kind of tugging on you. This is how you come to your senses.
Very disappointed look on Stephen's face.
What happened?
You lost control, man.
Oh.
Well, I guess we had best go back and report to the elders.
You also may want to, Terry, if you kind of pick him up, he'll mention you probably want to save Modius and
Oh,
DeVries.
are they here? Yes, of course. Yes, we will unstake them and do what we need to do.
All right. So when you pull the stake out of Modius, he's like, "Ugh," and then he's, Stephen?
Yes, apparently, Sir kidnapped you after attacking your mansion.
I should have known that you would come for me, my boy. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sure you will repay me later. Life boon from Modius.
For the record, if I ever come back, you all owe me a life boon.
Well, Derek and Terry do. And Modius and DeVries.
Ryan, and Ryan too.
Ryan was not in the bomb blast, actually.
Was he not? Okay, never mind, he doesn't. You get off this time.
Hey, it's your fault anyway, so.
No, Sir made it quite clear it was actually all your fault,
Yeah, I was gonna
Ryan
say,
fucking Farrell.
It was
you
quite
listen?
clear it was Ryan's fault.
And you listened to him for some reason.
So
All right.
DeVries is very standoffish, and he's immediately like, just take me back to my room.
Of course. So I will.
Hey, do you want to ask if this happens often?
I will slap Ryan.
It's alright, Ryan wasn't there for the...
Oh, okay.
He was only out of character for that, so...
Okay, so yes, obviously we'll have him. I don't know if Modi's had. Do I need to have Terry taken back? We have to go do other things.
So give me also an intelligence plus a law.
Intelligence plus law. 4. That's a specialty in analytical.
Alright. Well, A, your problems with the cops have not gone away, so you do have enough legalese to know that. It also may be important for you to establish whether or not a blood hunt was called in this city. Is implied to have been called because of the abduction with Modius.
So
before things go any further.
Modius, as prince of the city, the elders sent us after Sir. I just want to clarify whether or not a blood hunt would have been called and was in effect during our saving of you. Just, I want to hash that out.
He kind of looks over you and says, Stephen, my friend. And then he kind of examines your aura. And says, why are you asking this?
Because I just want it to be established.
We can... You've saved my life. He waits for kind of everyone else to file. He's like, you've saved my life. Why don't you be honest with me and we can perhaps work something out? Where is this fellow who abducted me?
Sir has been taken care of. Let's just say.
By whom? I can see it was not you.
By
Ryan fucking...
By the one
Wow.
who was being held responsible for his actions, his child.
A blood hunt was declared in this city at the time by its prince, following the laws of the Camarilla.
Very good.
I do not owe Ryan Farrell a life boon.
All right. Very well. We should probably report to the elders. I will have Terry take DeVries back to the airport so he may go to his home. I don't think we're going to get any money from them.
Well, on the other hand, perhaps this has worked out in our favor, since by saving his life, you have also earned a life boon from him.
Yes.
I'm
What?
not sure exactly how this will pan out, since Ryan was also directly responsible for creating the situation in the first place.
But should a situation come up, I understand. Things can be negotiated.
There will be discussions about this.
I see.
But you don't need to concern yourself with that, my boy. I will look after your interests, of course.
Of course. Is my luxury car somewhere on the docks that I can find?
No, that's in
No.
police custody right
That's
now.
in police custody. I'm having a little problem with the... I fill him in that Delavan Sane...
Delavan Sane.
They're insane.
I am just doing the whole letter swap today. Sullivan Dane has been killed and is taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
body has been destroyed. But the police are, well, I don't know if it's the police, but that Agent Shepard and Detective Stevens are causing trouble. Don't know if there's anything we can do about that.
I understand. In repayment for your services to the city with Sullivan Dane, I will exert my influence. If they are hunters, then they will still be after you. However,
it will not be through official channels.
It will not be through official channels.
And I can take care of it in unofficial manner. Very well.
All right.
Okay, so let's go report to the elders and be chastised. Send a report.
Modius goes in. He basically declares that he has taken over the princedom, that he has dealt with the interlopers, and he thanks your coterie for their assistance in the matter.
Very nice.
And so you guys are all basically sent home for the evening. Over the next few months, a number of things happen. First off, Jonathan's financial work has actually been going splendidly before his disappearance.
In spite of all of his stress.
No, he did great work, and
it's going well, even without him managing it.
And with some polite blackmail on Modius's part, De Vries does end up investing some money there. Okay. So your increase, your help for the city does represent an influence in your influence. So you gain a dot in that background.
Influence, alrighty. Jonathan would as well, should he be here. I mean, we do notice that he's gone, right? But I know what happened. He blew up. And
yes.
Is with Slenderman now in Slenderman Heaven.
Possibly. There's no way... You can't find... There's no body.
There's no body.
So in Hollywood, that means
body,
anything.
No crime.
Yeah,
no
it's
body,
true.
no crime.
So... once...
How did Ryan get out of the container?
Derek and Terry opened it. Okay. Once words gets around what you did, once your report is sent to your sire, there is just silence from Vienna for some time.
Yikes.
And you are then informed later that you have been risen to the 6th Circle of Mysteries.
Oh, yay.
However, of course, your life boons owed to you, you are strictly instructed not to have them paid off, since they're obviously for the good of the clan.
I may not have told them the one about De Vries. Just in case.
Your sire has read your reports. Unless you are deliberately hiding something in your reports to her.
All right, well.
All right.
Damn it.
But you gain access to the 6th Circle of Mysteries.
All right, do I get to learn any rituals?
Oh, yeah. Everyone who is involved with the saving of another prince, you now have the reputation of the coterie that has saved both princes in the area. So everyone who is around gains 1 dot of status.
So we are the coterie to know. We are the prince-saving coterie.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, well, Jonathan,
Yeah, we are.
You're loving on Slenderman and Slenderman Heaven.
All right.
And we're the best of pals.
So the official...
Slenderman, not so Slenderman.
The official investigation into you stops. However, you do know that they are keeping you kind of under surveillance when it's possible.
They are.
All right. And that is pretty much it, except Ryan. It's been a few nights since your encounter, and Lucy's been... You still feel like a lot of the, the post-traumatic stress disorder from what you went through, and Lucy's been, trying to help you sort through your issues.
With tantric sex.
You keep having these weird flashes. Now it's even more confusing, because you have all of the implanted memories that have been put in you, and then you also have your sire's memories that keep coming to the surface as well. So you keep seeing both your real memories and your false memories, both from your perspective and then also from his perspective. So if anything, your background has only become more confusing since you integrated your sire into yourself.
Fantastic.
As you are just kind of laying in bed one evening, not long before dawn, Lucy asks, have you thought any more about completing the bond between us?
Yeah, that's okay.
Are you sure?
I feel like you haven't given this thought.
It's a big decision. She lets you know in case you're not aware.
I'm joking. Never been more serious about this ever. Let's do this.
Alright. So, she opens her wrist and she waits for you to do the same.
You poor guy.
And you share
Listen,
each
I
other's
can
blood.
handle this, Miles.
I have no sympathy for you.
You share each other's... Says the guy in
Says
your
the guy
situation.
with Slenderman.
And you're the one who's like, oh man, you're watching through a portal with Slenderman, you're like, this guy's really fucked. You drink each other's blood for a third time and complete the blood bond. So you are now permanently bloodbound to Lucy. If you did have a blood bond to your sire, it doesn't matter because he's not around anymore.
Ryan bloodbound to Lucy.
And all the other 1 step or 2 steps, everyone else is gone, right?
Yep.
And Ryan comes down, says, "Make me some of them blood pills, Steven. I want my own canister."
And
He said women aren't good for anything.
this is basically the end of this season of Vampire the Masquerade. When we come back next time, it's going to be new characters in the city of Montreal.
Do I get no info about what happened to Jonathan?
This is like the end of season cliffhanger.
Okay.
We don't know
Okay.
what's happened to Jonathan.
You're mysterious. It's possible you may receive a mysterious message from me later.
Okay,
Possible
okay,
not.
I see.
It's possible not.
You know, why is it always my girl to stand up like this?
Because
Like Mikhail, Joshua, now Jonathan. Jonathan twice! This is the second time with Jonathan.
To be fair, the second Jonathan one is partially as an homage to the original Jonathan one.
No. The first Jonathan had something very different happen. He got fucking blown up with a rocket launcher and it ended in an ocean for like
Well, I
a
had
year.
to make it cooler for this one.
Okay, I don't know if this is cooler, but it's very different.
Yeah. I also want to make
Getting blown up with a rocket launcher is pretty cool.
It's also a little bit more heroic, maybe. You didn't really
It's
see
definitely more heroic.
the rocket launcher just came out of nowhere. No one was ready for that.
Especially not Jonathan. He could not handle that.
No. But yeah.
Alright then. Any experience points or?
Yes. So you can spend experience points possibly for Jonathan in the future, or possibly just what would Jonathan have been like, maybe. So everyone gains 10 experience points. Stallworth, you missed the last session, so you gain 11.
Cool.
And
Any role-playing points or?
that is basically it. I just gave you guys a fuck ton. Since we're at
Okay,
the
that's
end,
fair.
everyone picks them up.
I'll gladly accept that.
I get another level of aspects.
So that is basically the end of the stream, end of the session. So we will see you guys next week with Montreal by Night.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.